Psalm 91, security for those who trust in God. Sounds easy, maybe, I don't know, maybe how it sounds to you, but it's a relief and it's refreshing and it's comforting for me to know that there is a sense of security for those who trust in God. This Psalm 91 is divided into two parts, first 8 verses and the next 8 verses. And the first 2 verses sound like the first 2 verses of the second part, similarly. But it's about how God will guide and protect for those who believe in Him. Starts out, he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. Surely He will save you from the fowler's snare. And it goes on, He will save you from deadly pestilence and cover you with His feathers. And that's not usually what people really want. I've never been covered with feathers. But under His wings, it's given us an idea that we were sheltered kind of like a little chick by the mother hen, or maybe more like a little bird by the big golden eagle bird, maybe bald eagle. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. You will not fear. It'd be great not to fear, and I think this is true. When we have a tendency to fear, there's something that we don't trust. If we're fearing, if we're overwhelmed with fear, there's something that we're not trusting in. And I think it's the Lord. I don't fear economic breakdown. I don't fear changes in the world. Changes in the world are going to happen. I think the Bible makes that very clear. And I think He's indicating in the book of Revelation, chapter 13, that one world government may be on the way. Don't like it. I'm not going to be fearful of it because God is in control. And whatever else might happen, I'm not going to be fearful because I know my security is in Him. I trust in God. I'm not going to worry about other things that are disappointing. I don't like it. I need to maybe get stronger. Accept and go on. Make some changes. Yeah, I have to make changes. But in the meantime, I'm not going to fear the terror of the night, He says, nor the arrow that flies by the day. I like the night and day contrast. I'm not going to fear the pestilence that stalks in the darkness, or the plague that destroys the midday, or at midday. 1,000 may fall at our side. Now He goes into war. We're not going to fear these things, and it kind of hinting about war when the arrows are coming at what time? By night. But in verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side. 1,000. It's a lot of people falling by my side. 10,000 at right hand, and they'll not come near you. You will only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. A lot of us want to see the punishment of the wicked, to be quite honest. You hate to see people that are lawless just get away with it. I think that's what's problem with rioting. For people that are at a distance, riots in, say, California are disturbing to me in Kansas, or when I lived in Ohio, when I saw the Watts riots. What's disturbing is seeing those and no one's getting punished. They're just letting them happen. That's disturbing. But we would like to see the wicked punished. We'd like to see the people who are lawless be taken down and put away. Because we don't want a lawless. We want a peaceful society. We want a kind society. Lawlessness will not make people want to come here. At any rate, so those are the first 8 verses. The next 8, kind of similar, but there's a couple things to, I think, recognize in this. The second 8, there's one part of it quoted in the New Testament. But the first 2 verses sound similar to the first 2 of the opening of the chapter. If you make the Most High your dwelling, even the Lord, who is my refuge, then no harm will befall you. No disaster will come near your tent. If that were true all the time, I think disaster happens sometimes, but nonetheless, he's given this kind of giving us an idea of assurance, security for those who trust in the Lord. And then in verse 11 and 12, he will command his angels concerning you to guard you in all of your ways, and they will lift up your hands. They will lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. This is what Satan used to tempt Jesus in Matthew 4 and in Luke 4, the opening of the book, or opening of the chapters of Luke and Matthew. Chapter 4. And here, Jesus wasn't taken in. He's not tempted by the fact that, he could jump off the side of a building and the angels would come to his rescue. There are times when we stub our toes and I just wish angels would come to my rescue and give me back the last 5 seconds and I'd change my actions. But that doesn't happen. But the reality of it, God will protect, and he probably has, in ways that we don't know. We'll never know. We just need to thank him for that and recognize God is protecting and guiding. So here in the rest of the chapter, he's just talking about the security. You will tread upon the lion and the cobra, and you'll trample the great lion and the serpent. And I'm thinking Jesus did that. Jesus trampled on the great lion, the serpent, the devil. And then verse 14, because he loves me, says the Lord, I will rescue him. Here's a question. This one really got to me, this verse 14. Because he loves me, he will rescue me. The question I have for us all is this. Is my love evident enough to God? My love toward God evident enough for him to want to rescue me? How do I exemplify? How do I show my love for God? Just doing the Psalms like this? No, I don't think that's really love for God. It's a good lesson for me. Maybe, hopefully, you are learning something from this. Hopefully, I'm loving other people and being obedient. Man, this is a challenging verse when I put this in as an introspective question. He goes on to say that I will protect him, for he acknowledges my name. And yes, we should be proud. Jesus made it very clear. Those who don't acknowledge me here on earth, I will not acknowledge them in heaven, or before the angels, or before the Father in heaven. We need to acknowledge God and give him praise. And that means not just in the closet, but out in the open. Give God praise and then live a life that exemplifies praising God all the time. He will call upon me and I will answer him. He will be with me. I will be with him in trouble. And this is God speaking. I will deliver him and honor him. With a long life, I will satisfy him. Show him my salvation. Now, not all people get long life. There are good Christian men and women. But God has given us quite the promise. We have security. And even if we don't have long life, even if everything, I have said some people in this 2020, and this is July, that we are seeing the world all around us go to hell in a handbasket. While that's not literally true. I can see a lot of things really falling apart, and that's sad. But there's only a few places that's happening. It's not happening everywhere. Chapter 91 of Psalms. Security for those who trust in the Lord Almighty. Have a great day.